explore the top 8 most hilariously botched crimes that prove crime doesn't pay and often leaves us laughing. True tales that showcase the lighter side of law-breaking gone wrong. Number 8. The snoozing burglar. So there we were in sunny Sarasota, Florida, and Timothy Bontrager was on a mission in 2014. But this wasn't your typical cat burglar scenario. Oh no. After jamming his way into what he must have thought was a treasure trove, our boy Timothy had a different plan. I don't know, maybe it was the Florida heat, maybe it was the thrill of the heist that just wore him out, but instead of bagging jewels and electronics, Timothy decided the couch looked way too inviting. So he plopped down, kicked off his shoes, and drifted off to dreamland. Fast forward to the next morning, and you've got the homeowner stumbling into their living room only to find a surprise guest. Instead of screaming or running, they did the sensible thing and dialed 911. When the cops arrived, they found Timothy still out cold, probably dreaming about his next big score that's never gonna happen. They had to give him a nudge to wake him up to his new reality. Getting arrested for burglary is one thing, but getting nabbed for napping? That's next level. Goes to show, sometimes the biggest risk in a life of crime isn't getting caught. It's finding too comfy of a spot to take a nap. Number 7. The polite bank robber. In the bustling city of Baltimore 2010, Andrew Palmer decided to redefine what it means to be a gentleman criminal. He strolls into a bank, not with the menacing swagger of a seasoned thief, but with the calm demeanor of someone about to make a withdrawal. His withdrawal, however, involved a note to the teller rather than a debit card. With the cash in hand instead of making a mad dash for it, Andrew chose the path of civility and patience. He sauntered out, headed to the nearest bus stop, and waited. Yeah, you heard that right. He waited for a bus, while most of us are just bouncing our knee, tapping our feet, just waiting for public transport. Here was Andrew, embodying the pinnacle of chill, with a bag of stolen cash by his side, probably checking his watch, and enjoying the Baltimore skyline. But here's where the plot thickens a bit. His patience, while admirable, was his downfall. The police, likely as baffled and amused by his mode of escape, caught up with him right there at the bus stop. Arrested for his courteous approach to bank robbery, Andrew Palmer became a legend in his own right. It turns out in the world of crime, nice guys really do finish last. His story leaves us pondering the age-old question. If you're going to commit a crime, maybe don't stick around for public transport? Number 6. The fuel fiasco thieves. Now, in 2008, England witnessed a hilariously misguided attempt at diesel theft. 2 overly ambitious thieves, dreaming of easy cash, targeted a parked bus under the cover of darkness. Their plan seemed straightforward: drill into the diesel tank and make off with the liquid gold. However, their operation took a nosedive into the absurd when they accidentally tapped into the sewage tank instead of the fuel reserve. Now, as they breached the tank expecting a flow of liquid gold, that is diesel, they were met with an unexpected and unpleasant surprise. The foul stench of sewage quickly dispelled any illusions of a successful heist, leaving the duo not with stolen diesel but covered in waste. Yeah, that moment of realization must have been as shocking as it was gross, marking a swift and stanky end to their criminal ambitions. Now, this botched heist serves as a smelly reminder that maybe not all plans are foolproof, or in this case scent-proof, and sometimes criminals end up in deeper messes than they intended. It's a tale of ambition gone awry and leaving us with a laugh, and the thieves with a lesson in maybe precision and perhaps maybe a new respect for honest work. Number 5. The jewel thief who left his resume. Now this is funny. In the bustling heart of Chicago 2011, Demetrius Robinson fancied himself a mastermind, plotting a daring raid on a jewelry store. Yet Demetrius was no ordinary burglar. He was a job seeker, perhaps the only one to bring his resume to a heist. Unbelievable. He maneuvered through the store, scooping up jewels with a blend of haste and panic, and then he committed an error most would find unthinkable. In his swift departure, Demetrius left behind not just any clue, but his resume, a detailed account of his qualifications, minus, of course, skilled and stealthy theft. This piece of paper, complete with his full identity, turned into the most straightforward lead the police have ever found. The officers, likely stifling laughter, had all they needed to close the case.
Oh, yeah.
He reached out to Demetrius, not for his commendable job history, but for a discussion behind bars. Hello, Demetrius. We reviewed your application, and while your initiative is impressive, we have a different position in mind. Demetrius's oversight serves as a comedic lesson. In the world of crime, anonymity is key. Perhaps maybe some documents are best left at home. His story is a blend of irony and caution, a narrative that underscores the importance of attention to detail, whether you're crafting a resume or plotting a heist. Number 4. the Facebook-addicted burglar. In 2009, Pennsylvania's own Jonathan Parker turned a simple burglary into a cautionary tale of digital oversharing. Everyone does it, but maybe sometimes don't overshare. Mid-heist, Parker felt an irresistible urge to check in on Facebook. Perhaps he was browsing, posting, or liking, but his social media break during the act was his downfall. Ignoring the cardinal rule of log out when you're logging crimes, he left his account open, practically inviting the police to his digital doorstep. The police, upon discovering his open profile on the crime scene's computer, bypassed the need for traditional detective work. Parker's Facebook folly provided them with all the evidence they needed to track him down. It was like he checked himself into the crime scene and then left a breadcrumb trail right to his arrest. This blunder not only led to Parker's capture, but also immortalized him as the burglar who got caught by his Facebook habit. Yeah, serves as a modern-day moral story. In the age of social media, even criminals can't escape the watchful eye of their digital footprint. So a word to the wise: if you're planning something bad, don't update your status mid-crime. Don't do that. Number 3, the clingy criminal. In Brazil 2012, an overly zealous burglar aimed for a stealthy roof entry into a home, thinking he's gonna plop in there like a ninja. However, reality had other plans. Instead of a sleek entry, he found himself awkwardly jammed in a window, turning a planned heist into a spectacle of misfortune. As dawn broke, this would-be thief was not inside securing valuables, but instead dangling precariously, a sight more pitiful than threatening, honestly. Much to the homeowner's astonishment, the arrival of police added to the scene's absurdity, as officers found themselves more in a rescue mission than a pursuit, extracting the burglar from his snug predicament. His dreams of stealth and loot swiftly left to a much less desirable reality, a cell in the local jail. This comedic caper underscores a crucial lessons for criminals. Sometimes the greatest barriers to a successful heist aren't the ones you might expect. A lack of foresight and underestimation of gravity turned this burglar's ambitions into a memorable fiasco. Number 2, the bank robber who needed a pen. In 2015, Virginia played host to one of the most courteously executed bank robberies in history. Dominic Alfonseca, armed with a plan but lacking essential equipment, strolled into a bank not with a pen, not with a weapon, but with a request that would make any etiquette expert proud. He needed a pen. That's right. Before he could demand any cash, he had to borrow a writing instrument from the teller to pen his robbery note. Yeah, with the pen in hand, Alfonseca crafted his note, handed it over, and in a transaction smoother than most, received a bag of cash. However, his adherence to politeness did not extend to his foolproof escape plan. He was apprehended by the police shortly after his well-mannered heist. This incident stands as a testament to the importance of preparation. Alfonseca's oversight and subsequent request not only led to a swift arrest, but also leaves us with a story that blurs the line between criminal activity and just downright hilarious. Well, it's certainly a unique blend of courtesy and crime though, and it serves as a reminder that sometimes even the best well-mannered plans can often go awry. Number 1, the break-in caller for help. In a twist worthy of a comedy sketch on SNL, John Finch's 2009 break-in in Ohio turned into a plea for rescue. After attempting to stealthily enter a garage, he ended up trapped when the door audaciously locked him in. In a moment of desperation, Finch dialed the very last number a burglar would ever consider, 911. The police, ever so helpful, arrived not just to free him from his unintended prison, but to offer him a much more permanent solution, a cell of a different kind. This misadventure serves as a bizarre reminder that sometimes the line between a criminal mastermind and a comedy act is way thinner than you might think. Finch's call for help ended up being his direct ticket to jail, proving that while you might sometimes need assistance, calling the cops during your own crime spree is perhaps not the best exit strategy. It's a story that blurs the lines between stupid and hilarity, leaving us wondering if Finch regretted not just the break-in, but his choice of emergency contacts. If you thought crime was all doom and gloom, then these blunders surely flipped the script. Don't forget to like, share the content, and subscribe for more what the heck moments. Until next time, keep laughing at the unexpected.